off the neighbors. Whether homegrown or imported, we feeling shorted, cause we waiting on our paper. So next time when they ask you where you from, you gon' say Detroit City, where we get back on our feet. Next time when they ask you where you from, you gon' say Detroit City, where we get back on our feet. Yeah, you don't know about the D, you don't know about the streets, cause when you're in the Motor City, nothing is as pretty as the hustle. You don't know about the D, you don't know about the streets, cause when you're in the Motor City, everything ain't pretty, but it's love though. Next time when they ask you where you from, you gon' say Detroit City, where we get back on our feet. Next time when they ask you where you from, you gon' say Detroit City, when we get back on our feet. Yeah.
All right, what's up, everybody? Welcome to Spike Kool-Aid. Make sure all of this is tight, man. It look like it's loose. Welcome to Spike Kool-Aid for Monday, the 30th of October. I feel good today. The stench of the Ravens game is over, and I feel better. Shout out to everybody in the chat. It is game day, and 'twas the night before the NFL trade deadline. Let me shout everybody in the chat. What's up, D-Mac? Rick is in the building. When is here? Says Grid, are you UBGM, please? I wanted Vikings to keep losing and have a fire sale. Okay, we'll go over that. Brad looks SOS. Let's get this win tonight and get Hunter, Young, or Sweat tomorrow, says Big Play J. Rob is Ness in the building. Derwin says J-Mo breakout game, St. Brown playing. I got somebody working on the intro for me. Can the Lions somehow kidnap Crosby after the game? We'll talk about that as well. Time to break. What? Break what? Oh, Las Vegas tonight. What's the word, brother? Really nothing. What's up, Mark? Says, glad I found your channel, Derek. Started out with you with DoorDash Dad. Really, bro? That's crazy, man. Man, what a mess the gig space has become, bro. It's like, wow. It's a mess. I don't know if you still watch, but it's an absolute mess. I appreciate you, man. Leaving work early to watch the game. All right, cool. I will be the reporter for the after game show. What's up, great one? DG Sports says, when is the trade deadline? Easy Lion says, J-Mo needs some crossing routes. All right, let's get into it tonight. Dylan in the building says we are going off tonight. Yes, Fletch. So I had a channel called DoorDash Dad that I renamed the GigiCon Don, and then I deleted that channel July 1st. And I'm actually mostly retired from DoorDash. And whoa, the Buffalo Bills are signing Leonard Fournette pending a physical. Well, that takes him off the table. We are about to bring the villain, taking no prisoners. Niners have lost 3 in a row, and Chiefs lost to the Broncos. I don't want to hear another word about the Lions getting blown out by a great team. What's up, Rick? Yeah, so I did DoorDash Uber Eats. I've been doing it for like the last 4 years, and just recently I kind of retired. So now I do a different app, and I use YouTube along with the app to kind of, my income is those two things. So this app is way better, and it's paying off. So I just got to pass this stupid test, and I should be a preferred driver. So anyway, let's get into it. The Detroit Lions, they host the the Las Vegas Raiders. And the first time in 3 weeks, can you believe that? 22 days ago yesterday, we were at Ford Field. I was at that game. And then we went on the road to Tampa Bay. We went on the road to Baltimore, or did we really? Because nobody showed up. And now we are back home. Next week, we're back on the road to face the Los Angeles Chargers. So today is a big game. We'll talk about the fallout of the weekend, today's game, the potential for the future as the Lions are head off to their bye week next week. Katie in the building says, what's up, Grid? I'll be working this game tonight, hoping to work the suite again. That's what's up, bro. When I go again and you're at work, make sure you holler at me, man. Niners losing Trent Williams turned them from unbeatable to suspect. Well, they lost the game with him in there, right? What's up, Derwin? Next week, bye week. Yep, absolutely. Do I play Reynolds or J-Mo in fantasy? I would play Reynolds before I play Jamison Williams. He in my fantasy too, but he ain't taking the field. Yes, I did hear about that. Okay. So let's talk about the first things first. All right. Let's talk about tonight's game. Tonight's game is huge. It is huge for the Detroit Lions. It's huge for the NFC. We have a chance today to get the number 2 seed back. Today's win is very, very important because of the fallout. Today's game not only puts us back in the number 2 seed, but it also sets up a pretty good week 9, even though we're out, and week 10 and 11 it's going to be huge. I mean, if the Detroit Lions play this thing right, we could have the first seed by week 11 or 12. It's just, by week 11, we could have the first seed. Next week, bye week, yep. For sure, I went to your section at the last game when I was at break, but didn't see you, bro. I was probably walking around. What's up, downtown? What's going on, man? That's awesome. Of Crosby, which players didn't play yesterday for possible trades? Well, everybody played. Danielle Hunter played. Montez Sweat played. Wait a minute. Wait a second. Stuff is coming in. Okay, so this is coming from ML Football. So take all this stuff with a grain of salt. Says the Tennessee Titans have been asking for a second-round pick in return for all-pro running back Derrick Henry per multiple league sources. No team has come near that offer, and no one will. The sense in the league circles is that Tennessee may be willing to settle for a lightly conditioned 4th that would turn into a 3rd. We don't have a 4th round pick. We got 2/3. Huh. I hope he don't go to Baltimore. I know that. I hope he don't go to Baltimore. Cause I think the Ravens, I hate to say that, man, the way the Ravens fans treated me all week, that can make them Super Bowl contenders. Real talk. Real talk. Okay. So everyone played yesterday. Chase Young played. Montez Sweat played. Danielle Hunter played. Everybody who we've been keeping an eye on. Surtain played. Jerry Jeudy played. Cortland Sutton played. Curtis Samuel played. Everyone played. The thing about it is that I want y'all to realize is the Detroit Lions have a bye week. So if they would have played, God forbid they got injured, they still had a week to recover because whoever gets traded will not play, obviously, until the 10th, week 10. And we could see them maybe week 10 or 11. So everyone that we got on our eye on played. That's for sure. What's up, D-Mac? After Levis' performance yesterday, they aren't going to trade Henry. You know what, Grit? I could see that, but I could also see Tannehill getting shipped off as well. Okay, Teddy. Derwin says trade Teddy. That'll take me into our first segment because tomorrow this won't be a thing. All right. So I made a video yesterday about what I expect to happen at the trade deadline. And one of the things that I brought up was after the injury to Kirk Cousins, he's out for the year, if you haven't heard. And I brought up Teddy Bridgewater. Now, I forgot that Carson Wentz is a quarterback that would be essentially free, and he is not in the league at this moment. Not sure that the Minnesota Vikings want to trade pick up Carson Wentz in free agency. He would cost them little or nothing. Now, I had a thought. Teddy Bridgewater used to play for the Minnesota Vikings. He was drafted by the Vikings, played for them, blew his knee out, was never the same. They moved on from him. He's become a journeyman ever since. Would you consider if Kwesi, which is the general manager for the Minnesota Vikings, called you and said, listen, Brad, you know you my homie, right? We've been working really well together since you became GM and I became GM. We hurting. Our quarterback goes down. He lost for the season. Carson Wentz, we don't want to be bothered with him. What would it take for you to give us Teddy Bridgewater? So I would love to know your thought down below. Tannehill is packing his stuff right now. They went out of their way to sign Teddy. Why trade him? Okay, Mark, that's a good question. Nick says no. Now, I hear a lot that Teddy knows the playbook, and we played them twice. Brad Holmes traded TJ Hawkinson to the Minnesota Vikings, and we had already played him once. So here's the deal. If you said, hey, the Minnesota Vikings said, we'll give you a fourth round pick. Now, remember, the Lions don't have a fourth round pick. They have 2/3. They have no fourth. If the Minnesota Vikings said, we need Teddy. Teddy's our only hope. We'll give you a fourth round pick in next year's draft for Teddy Bridgewater. What would you say? Nick says, what if Goff went down? Then the season would be over. Fourth round for Teddy. It's still there on the sub. Teddy connections in Minnesota are gone. Two thoughts in the same sentence. TJ ain't no QB though. Yes, trade Teddy. Don't need him with Hooker. Send his slow behind to the Vikings. Robin says so. Fletch says no. Okay. All right. We got 112 people. 112 people. I'll put a poll. Would you trade? Okay. TB 12. He's TB 7, I think. TB 7. Teddy. I'll just put Teddy so y'all won't be confused. Teddy B to the Vikings for a fourth. And we'll see what y'all say. Now, I'll tell you what my thoughts are. All right. So, let me see. We got Fletch says, way too much playback knowledge. Do it if possible. Was never a Teddy Bridgewater fan in Minnesota. Never goes deep. Fourth round pick for Teddy Bridgewater. Patty says no. Hooker won't be activated this year, says Nick. Jay says no. We need to try and get Danielle Hunter in a package deal with Teddy. Teddy for Hunter. That is never going to happen. If Goff goes down late, Bridgewater kill us. No Teddy to the Vikings. Why trade him to conference opponent? Okay, so Tank, what I've been saying, do we not remember that we traded TJ Hawkinson last year? Do we not remember that the Minnesota Vikings picked up David Blau, who knew our playbook as well? So can we not act like this whole playbook is a big deal? That we can't be acting like this is a big deal. We actually beat the Minnesota Vikings after we traded TJ Hawkinson. So y'all got to get out of that whole headspace of, because I guarantee you Brad Holmes is not saying he knows our playbook. That's not even a thing. If you told me I will give you a fourth round pick for Teddy Bridgewater, I would have to consider it. Here's why. You picked him up after you drafted Hendon Hooker. Nick says Hendon won't be activated this year. Well, from what I've been hearing is that Hendon Hooker could be activated after the bye week. After the bye week. What purpose will he serve? He can't go on the practice squad because then we got to protect him, right? Somebody will take him in a second. So we're not going to put him on the practice squad, which means that if we do activate him, where would he go? So that's one reason he could be redshirted. Now let's take the trade scenario. If Hendon Hooker is cleared to play, we got to be honest. Teddy Bridgewater ain't gonna see the field unless A, Jared Goff goes down, or B, it's a blowout. Okay, even in the Carolina game, he barely saw the field, and we had that game won from the very beginning. So if somebody said, "I will offer you a fourth round pick for Teddy Bridgewater," I'm taking it. If the Minnesota Vikings said it, I'm taking it. If anybody else said it, I'm taking it. I'm going to activate Hendon Hooker. I'm going to make David Blau my number 2 quarterback, and I'm going to make him, Hendon Hooker, the number 2 when he's ready to go. We drafted this guy. Y'all want to see what he has, right? If you can get us a 4th-round draft pick for a guy that will not be on our team in 9 games, I'm taking that. I'm taking that 100%. I don't care about the playbook. We play them twice at the end of the year. And let's be real. If they, right now, we're going to cakewalk this division. Teddy will give them the only chance to compete. But if you're telling me, we were going to win a division anyway, right? With Kirk Cousins, we were going to win. So we definitely going to win with Teddy Bridgewater. If possible, trade Teddy to the Jets for an active defensive player. Okay, DG, I don't think the Jets are in the market. Aaron Rodgers was out there throwing passes yesterday. He was throwing passes on the field. This dude was serious. If Zach Wilson can keep them in contention, I think right now they're 4-3. Some crazy. It's either 4-3, 3-4, somewhere around there. I think it's 4-3. They're in this thing. Aaron Rodgers could come back like the miracle man he is and take them to the playoffs. So I don't know. Not just for a pick, says Robin. Not sure if Hendon is 100% healthy. I think Hendon is 100% healthy. 100%. Just think about it. Jameson Williams was healthy this time last year. The Lions chose not to bring him off the NFI list. So he was ready to go. And Hendon got hurt a year ago, almost a year, 11 months ago. He's got to be healthy. The jury is still out on Hawk. Has great games, but has the dropsies at time. I'd like to see what we paid for Teddy. That's a good question. Trade is wild. QB market is in high demand. I'm taking it. Grid, I agree. What's up, bro? Lions need someone now, though. Do they? What do you mean, a quarterback? Because they have David Blau. Jared Goff is pretty much an Iron Man. And if he goes down, then we would have... If Jared... Okay, think about the scenario, right? The Detroit Lions have a bye week next week. They activate Hendon Hooker this coming week. So after the game, they activate him. Open his 21-day window. They have 21 days to decide if they bring him to the active roster or do they pack him up. We go into a bye week. That's 1 week. We come back against the Chargers. That's 2 weeks. David Blau is our number 2 quarterback. By the 3rd week against the Chicago Bears, he still could be inactive. And we could then play him. We can make him active for Thanksgiving. Actually, real talk, he could miss the Bears and the Packers on Thanksgiving. And then we could activate him after that. So, if the Minnesota Vikings give me a 4th, I got to think about it. I got to take that deal. Because Teddy Bridgewater will not be on this team in 9 games. Teddy signed for $3 million. Use your number 1 use of backup QB is a scout team. Okay, David Blau can do that. He can do that. Only got so many that man can return from IR. Hooker's not one of them. We don't know that. Y'all don't know that. David Montgomery didn't get put on IR. We have 6 spots left. No, we have 6 spots left. Dorsey and Pascal. Are we going to bring up James Houston? We don't know. I don't know. Do I think it happens? I don't think it happens. But if you offered me a 4th-round pick to the Minnesota Vikings, from the Minnesota Vikings, we would have 1 first, 1 second, 2 thirds, and a 4th. I'm taking it. So let me know what you think. Not only too many that can return. Yeah, Hooker's not one of them. What's up, Derek? Hope the Raiders are simply giving Max Crosby a ride to Detroit. Okay, let's talk about this. Let me see. Let me see what people are tagging me on Twitter, man. The Ravens fans just left me alone. I have no idea, bro. Candy corn. Somebody asked on Twitter, do you like candy corn? I've never liked candy corn. It's disgusting to me. It is nasty to me. Hooker is good to go. He's been sitting in a safe space if he can't, where he can't be poached. That's true. How good was David? I'm unfamiliar with him. He was not great at all. But as a backup, as a placeholder for Hendon Hooker, David Blau will be just fine. He'd be just fine, bro. He wouldn't be our number 2 for the rest of the season. He'd be just fine. I want to send you some stuff. Do you have a P.O. box? Bobby, not yet. I need to get one. I've been talking about I'm going to get one for a year. Is Max Crosby a real possibility to the Detroit Lions? Okay. Max Crosby is not a real possibility. Crosby is not getting traded to the Detroit Lions. It's not going to happen. Devontae Adams and Max Crosby are going to be Raiders Wednesday morning. It's not going to happen. Candy corn with peanuts. Ugh. You got to watch Max Crosby interview yesterday talking how he loved and wanted to be drafted by Detroit. Okay. Word on Amon-Ra, he's going to play. He's going to play. He's got an illness. He's going to play. Thank you, D-Mac. I appreciate you, bro. Do you think yes, he's going to play tonight. There's an illness. I mean, does he have bubble guts? Does he have the flu? I mean, is it food? What are we doing? Right? I fully expect him to play tonight. There's no way, in my opinion. But I've said that before and they've missed games. So I think that he is going to play 100%. Now, I know y'all asking me about Max Crosby. I don't think it's going to happen. Danielle Hunter should be getting shopped. The Vikes can afford him. Darisaw and Justin Jefferson next in free agency. Okay, so here's the thing. The Vikings are in a tough situation. I feel bad for Kirk as a human being, as a division rival. You know, you don't want to see anybody get hurt. But as a man, as a human being, I feel bad for him. That's tough. But the Lions are in a primo position. But the Vikings, it's almost bad that they won the game yesterday. That they had the game. The Packers are just that bad. They're just that bad, bro. That they were never going to lose that game. So it would have served them better to lose yesterday's game because Danielle Hunter, I'm going to say, is not going to get shipped. Danielle Hunter will be a Viking Wednesday morning. What's up, Jay? New helmets are fire. I do hate the logo. I despise the logo, but I love the Hey, Bonzilla, I'm just saying, bro. He got the BGs, bro. He could have the BGs. Teddy in a 3rd round pick for Hunter. Are you crazy, DG? Are you crazy, bro? They would never do. I don't know. Both of them got expiring contracts. I don't know. So I don't think Danielle moves because, believe it or not, the Minnesota Vikings are currently in the playoffs. And if they get a quarterback who can help them win games, maybe a Ryan Tannehill, maybe the new dude holds it down, Ryan Tannehill comes in a trade, okay? Because Kirk has played his last snap, and that's a miserable way to go down if you're Kirk Cousins. Like, a miserable way to finish your career as a Minnesota Viking. So he's done. So then you got to think about, well, where could Kirk Cousins go next year? Like, that's going to be crazy, right? Could he go back to Washington, perhaps? I don't know. Could he go to the Atlanta Falcons? Desmond Ridder got benched yesterday. Taylor Heineke came in and led them to a win, if I'm not mistaken. Crazy. Heineke he got that swag about him, man. But I think Danielle Hunter stays in Minnesota because they're 4-4 right now in the 7th seed. So all they got to do is get a quarterback to keep this ship afloat, man. Do they want to do that, though? Or do they want to just say, you know what, let's do this kind of soft rebuild? Because then Justin Jefferson could come back. He's going to help you make the playoffs. You keep Danielle Hunter. You just traded for Cam Akers. I say Danielle stays. Raiders have always had a bad thing for fast start guys to stand. I heard people saying, yes, asking Tom Brady to come out of retirement. Okay, do Charles Harris play tonight? Hey, Trigger, that is a question that we will know in the next 6 hours. If he's not playing, I think he's part of the trade package. Kirk should retire? Yeah, he might. You might have already answered this, but how would you feel if we do nothing? Vocal, I'm going to be mad. Oh, Atlanta lost? They lost and they in first place. That's crazy. Who did they lose to? They're in first place in the NFC South. Believe it or not, the Carolina Panthers can still win a division. They could still win a division at 1-6. That's how bad the South is. Kirk could go to the QB graveyard, Arizona. Speaking of Arizona, 2 things out of Arizona. 1, the Arizona Cardinals have the first overall pick as of today. 2nd, Kyler Murray is not on the trade block. So that's going to be something. Is Fuller and Chase or Allen and Fuller an option for us? Okay. My bold prediction. What's up, Nate? What's good, bro? They said Ridder was a concussion. No, he got benched, dog. He got benched. Okay. He'll be 36 recovering from a ruptured Achilles. I bet he retires. Okay, Robert, I'm going to say no, he's not going to retire because somebody in the NFL will want a quarterback like Kirk Cousins on a 2-year deal. I'm calling it. 2-year deal, come back. 4-4 tied with the Saints. Okay, but according to whatever the tiebreaker is, the Falcons are winning the South as of right now. Because I made a video saying that the Saints were in first, and then when I went back to look at it, the Falcons had moved, not first, but the first in the division. But then when I went back to look at it, then it was the Falcons. So I don't know what happened, what kind of tiebreaker they had. Why was Charles Harris a healthy scratch, Jay? According to Dan Campbell, it was so that Josh Pascal could play because it was one or the other, and they chose Josh. And now Josh is questionable, so we'll see. How is he not on the trading block? How's who not on the trading block? Bad ref today. He has a voidable year left. Yes, he is not. He is not going to be part of the Vikings next year. Cousins to San Francisco. No, not for what they just did with Purdy. Any chance Kirk resigns with the Vikings, he will be cheaper. Motown, I thought about that. Nate, that was going to be the next question, the next segment. So I got a question for you, and this is going to all tie in. I don't think the Detroit Lions are going to trade for Jonathan Allen or Montez Sweat. The reason I say that is because the Atlanta Falcons lost Grady Jarrett for the season, and they're really going to pursue Montez Sweat. We don't need a DT. I know what y'all saying. We don't need a DT. We got Broderick Martin, who may be active for tonight's game. And this is why, see, everything kind of has a flow to it, okay? Charles Harris doesn't play tonight. He's probably going to be part of a trade package for whoever we trade with. They're probably going to lose a defensive end. They're going to want to put one into immediate action. The draft pick is going to be for the offseason and next season, right? So if, let's say, we get Chase Young, they're going to need to replace Chase Young with a defensive end, a.k.a. Charles Harris. Now, I don't think we trade for a defensive tackle because, we got a couple. Shout out to my guy, the Dern. I forgot the guy, Leonard Williams from the Giants, right? And he could be an option. So we could have like a defensive tackle option. But we also have big Broderick Martin, who needs to be active tonight. He has not played in 7 games. My opinion is that he's going to come back after the bye week. But I did hear from another YouTube channel that he's supposed to be active tonight. So that's why I don't think we are going to see a trade for a defensive tackle. This is just a question. What if Holmes pulls what he did last year and trades someone only for draft capital? No player coming to the D, just picks. Coyote, I would be disappointed, and I would wonder what the grand plan is. Because eventually you have to be buyers. That's just my honest opinion. Very few teams can go all the way with just being sellers. The Bengals have just been, just being sellers, right? Just through the draft. The Bengals have gone through the draft. They haven't won the Super Bowl. But then their opponent, the LA Rams, traded for Matthew Stafford, won the Super Bowl. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers, they got Tom Brady in free agency, won the Super Bowl. The Kansas City Chiefs have pretty much built through the draft, but then they also have Chris Jones, Travis Kelce, Patrick Mahomes. Like, they have a Patrick Mahomes, right? So not every quarterback is Patrick Mahomes, who looked mighty terrible yesterday. I actually pulled him out of my fantasy team because I felt like he was just going to have a bad day. I saw that snow, was like, no. So Jared Goff is my starting quarterback. But not every team has a Patrick Mahomes. So my opinion is you got to make a move eventually. Nate says, Dylan says, when does James Houston come back? Well, Dylan, he's eligible to come back, but we don't know because the Lions only have 6 more spots to bring somebody up from IR before they run out of time. Wynn says we have McNeil. I think one of Aquarius could be getting traded. Okay. Well, if you're going to do that, who are you going to trade? Which one are you going to trade? How good is the Raiders O-line? I'm not sure. Can Brad outbid other teams pursuing Chase? I'm going to say yes. I don't think there's a ton of teams pursuing Chase Young. I really don't. I did hear something about the Bears. I don't know how true that is. They have the money. They have the draft capital. If I'm Chase Young, I'm like, no. I'm leaving Washington to go to the Bears. No, thank you. The Bears could have a new quarterback for the 2024 season. A one name, not named Justin Fields. So keep an eye on that. So if I'm Chase, I'm be like, I don't know if you can veto trades, but I'll be like, I want to go over there. I don't want to go over there. Fresh and Fly says, I told you, Grid, we're on the same level as the Chiefs this season, not just ready to compete for Super Bowls quite yet, unless we make some key trades. Fresh, I've been saying that, bro. James, we are not trading Broderick Martin. We're not going to do that. Justin says, okay, that could be a new segment. That could be a different segment. Chiefs solidify O-line getting through Turney. Ken says, how many legit Lions YouTube channels are there that actually know what they're talking about? Ken, I don't know. I have no idea. I have no idea. You would have to answer that question. Yes, Leonard Fournette signed with the Bills. Yep. I broke that a little while ago, Nick. Aquaris prayed a snap together and Julian got a sack, willing to trade either now, but I still like both. Okay. I like him too. Let Brad cook. Okay. He's not Russell Wilson. Joseph says 7. Okay. So we got a number. So I think that we are going to not trade for a defensive tackle because we have one who's never played in the season. So that would just be dumb to me. That would be dumb knowing that. And I had a conversation with the guy. He made actually a valid point that if you can get pressure up the middle, then that could help the edges collapse on the quarterback. And I agree with that. But we might have a run-stopping defensive tackle in Broderick, but nevertheless, he's a defensive tackle. And it's one that we gave up picks to go get. So I don't care what he can do. We need to put him in. So I think that the decision will be for an edge. Let me know what you think. No one cares about Fat Fournette. Levi possibly on the move. Nate is dropping some dimes today, bro. You said KC was better than us last week. LOL. They haven't played anyone. You said KC was Super Bowl ready. Well, I don't know what I said last week, but KC looked bad yesterday. They look just as bad as we. I don't remember saying that, but we beat Kansas City. I might have said the San Francisco 49ers, but I don't remember saying that. Jay, I was wondering. Okay, all right. Let's do this. Now, before I make this segment, I got to put something out here, okay? This drives me crazy, but it also warms my heart because y'all really do appreciate what we say. And we have to be very careful as content creators what we say, right? So I have no beef with this person, but this individual has been talking about trade packages that he knows about from a source. He probably does have a source. I don't know, but nothing he said has come to pass as of yet. So it makes him look kind of suspect, right? When y'all say y'all heard this and heard that, I know, right? I know where you heard that stuff from. So just for the record, I talked to Rocked On Lions last night and we talked about Myles Garrett. And before he made the video, I knew he was going to make the video. So it's crazy. Y'all like, I heard this and I heard that. I'm like, y'all know we part of the same circle, right? It's crazy to me, but that's entertaining. I love the fact that y'all listen to everybody. So the question is Myles Garrett. All right. So is Myles Garrett available to be traded? I don't know. I have no idea if he's actually available. I'm not sure why the Cleveland Browns would move on from Myles Garrett. His cap hit is ridiculous. He did sign a 5-year extension as he was entering the last year of his rookie deal. So he is now entering year 4 of that extension. I think he has 3 years left, right? Myles Garrett is a beast. He's a beast. Just got confirmation that Kirk Cousins is indeed done for the season. It is a confirmed Achilles tear. But, okay, Myles Garrett surprisingly doesn't lead the league in sacks. I still think it's Danielle Hunter with 8, somewhere around there. Myles Garrett has 7.5 sacks. Myles Garrett makes Aiden Hutchinson looks like somebody from the Munchkin land. And I'm not trying to be disrespectful. Myles Garrett is a beast. Is he available? I have no clue. I have no idea. But if he were, what would you be willing to trade for Myles Garrett? That is the question. Bro, we're not getting Myles. I agree. Somebody asked me about it, so I am saying I'm answering their question. Are you going to the Chargers game, Jay? No. If Myles gets traded, I'll be shocked. I'll take my chances with Hooker. Okay. Garrett, 8.5. He got 8.5 sacks. Okay. Because I saw 7.5 yesterday. Trade outside the division if we do trade him. The Vikings have one more week before Nick Mullins comes off IR. The entire defense, except Hutch, with Aaron Glenn. 2 first and some. Okay. So the Cleveland Browns do not have a first-round pick in the 2024 draft because of the Deshaun Watson trade. They would want a first-round pick in 2024. Done. I know a lot of people are like, oh, we have the draft here. Brad Holmes is not going to do that. Blah, blah, blah. Are you kidding? You think Brad Holmes cares that the draft is in Detroit? No, he does not. So I don't either. Make it happen, right? But this is all hypothetical because I don't know if the Browns are actually trying to move on from, they have a potential out after this season coming up, but I don't understand why you would move on from him. But if they did, oh my God, his contract is super high. From what I saw, we would have the money to pay it next year and the year after for sure. Cap is going up. Our available cap space is going up. I'm just not sure we would be willing to give up the 2 first-round picks minimum they would require for Myles Garrett. 2024, gone. 2025, also gone. And I'm thinking it would take 3 picks and a player. It would take like Russell Wilson type trade to get Myles Garrett off the Cleveland Browns. So I'm thinking this year's first or next year's first after that, it would take probably 2 more picks and a player, or 2 first, a third, and 2 players. Yes. Read last. Okay, Nate. Let me pin that, bro, because let me see where you at. Okay, Browns need to get money off the books to pay Watson, and he wants to win, maybe. I don't know. That's what I was talking to my guy about last night, about how they need to open up some cap space. I tell you what, you talking about somebody we didn't see coming, and if his name was Myles Garrett, man, we talking Super Bowl. And I don't think anybody in this chat would be upset with the Detroit Lions traded for Myles Garrett. Even if we lost a pick for the next 2 years, a first-round pick. Rick says $230 million guaranteed to the QB. That's why they would trade him. Mufasa says, I do it. Ford Field hosts the Super Bowl. Yes, sir. That's how that would be eventually. Derek, we need to... Okay. All right. So that's what I would do. I would be willing to part with next year's first and the first after that. Now, check this out. Myles Garrett, he will be 29 in 2 months. I bet you didn't know that, did you? I bet you didn't know Myles Garrett was turning 30. I'm sorry, turning 29. I'm trying to get a brother a year. He's turning 29 at the end of December. But you didn't know that, did you? Because does it matter? With a guy like Myles Garrett? Come on, man. Do I think it's going to happen? I don't know. Would I want it to happen? Yeah. Yes, I would. We would have, with just those 2 guys, and if Broderick Martin can be anything, our defensive line would be scary. I guarantee you they would vault us into the Super Bowl conversation, but let me know what you think. Getting rid of Watson impossible? No, they're not getting rid of Watson. They're talking about clearing up some space because they gave him $230 million guaranteed, which is crazy. Wynn says I'm good with that. Yes, Chris, he will be 29 in late December. 2 first-round picks and both Obros. Yes, Myles Garrett was the creeper, and he was freaky. Black don't crack, and he on that high-end vibrating. Oh, I never freeze. Myles Garrett, man. Whoo. Yeah, man. I'm going to try and look like Samuel L. when I get 65. You know what I'm saying? That is crazy. I'm definitely taking Myles if the villain can make that trade. We need to sit Jones and see what 4 D linemen can do before we need the trade. Although deadline getting too close now. Yeah, it's too close for that. It's definitely too close to that. So somebody asked me if St. Brown was playing. I would be surprised if he doesn't play. He has an illness. Could be the bubble guts. Could be food poisoning. Could just be, I don't know. Maybe I don't know. Maybe something's going on. But I think he plays tonight for sure. We need to sit J-Mo. You asked what I'd be willing to give. He's worth 2 firsts and both Obros. Easy. Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah. Because they're going to, absolutely, man. Absolutely. But the reality is Chase Young is more of a reality. So now let's talk about tonight. Let's talk about tonight and what the Detroit Lions have waiting for them. Like, they have a primo opportunity. They need to win this game. Jimmy G's. I saw a thumbnail. Okay. And I'm a nice dude. You know what I'm saying? I don't be trying to start nothing in this space, but I saw a thumbnail and I was drawn to click on it. Like, I get accused of clickbait, and I might have been guilty of it unintentionally. I don't intentionally try to clickbait y'all. Sometimes, it be real close, but that's part of our job. We have to entice you to click on our thumbnail because that's the whole thing. So I saw a Lions creator that said, the Detroit Lions just got some unfortunate news. And I knew that it was clickbait. I said, let me see what they're talking about. Let me see what they're talking about. And I clicked on it. And the unfortunate news was that Jimmy G is playing. We really doing that, people? Are we really doing this? I'll just say this, okay? I'll say this. It pleases me that I am above them in subscriber count because Jesus, I mean, come on, y'all. There's a way you do it, but you gotta do it respectfully. You gotta do it respectfully. And I was enticed. I was drawn to. I said, I gotta click on it because I know it's clickbait. And I click on it, and I was like, see, you did it. But I did it because I knew that they were clickbaiting. Come on, man. We are better than this. But I'm saying that because the Lions have a real opportunity today to take control of their narrative, especially after what happened to them last week. All right. Last week was a debacle. It was nobody showed up. Dan Campbell made it seem like these guys was going to be ready, and we should be blowing the Raiders out. Jimmy Garoppolo has more INTs than touchdowns. He has like 7 touchdowns and 8 interceptions. Yeah, I used to watch that channel, but now it's clickbait. Yeah, bro. I saw that they was about here. They was down here, and then they started clickbaiting, and they went up here. I was like, oh, shoot. Y'all, how y'all get way up there? Oh, the clickbait. So as a YouTuber, because that's what I am now, I'm a YouTuber, and you have to be very careful. We have to draw you in. It's part of how it works. If you don't click on the thumbnail, you don't watch the video, right? So there's a fine line you have to travel. It is. It's called baiting the click, not clickbait. Even the best YouTubers would tell you to be a little clickbaity, but you have to be really careful with it. So to me, I'm like right on that little border of, I try not to cross the clickbait line because I don't want to lose my audience, right? You can grow without clickbaiting, but I'm just like, dang, bruh. The Lions got some unfortunate news, and the unfortunate news is that Jimmy Garoppolo. In what world is that unfortunate news? But that's okay. That's actually a plus. I mean, nobody on that team, no quarterback on that team is good. Anyway, okay. So the Detroit Lions, they got an opportunity today. No, I give up first round picks for Myles Garrett, maybe a first and a third. That's it. Jimmy G is not good. I was guilty of that. Also, I hate clickbait. Jerry Jacobs will get an INT today. Jerry Jacobs should be playing. So tonight, J-Mo got to get out there and really show out. Dude, I looked at that page too. I was so irritated. But here's the thing. Y'all keep going back. You keep going back. You are drawn to it. That's how they work. You're drawn to it. It's disgusting to me. I hate it. I just want to, no, that's not how we do. That's not how we do. Appreciate that, Braylon. I want them to be their best against the Lions. I don't watch their podcasts anymore. Gibbs going to explode. We need a big game. If you get clickbaited, block this. Well, you know what? give them a little bit of time. I gotta say something else too. Okay, I gotta say something else. Okay, I gotta take off my glasses. This is unrelated to the Lions per se. All right, but I'm gonna need y'all to do something for me. Okay, as human beings, I need you to stop supporting the AI Detroit Lions channels. Do not support those channels. It makes me feel this big. You have actual creators who are on camera. Their face is in front of you. They're putting their opinion out there for you to rip into a million pieces. And they're an actual fan. Do not support the AI-driven clickbait, channels. I'm asking you as a creator, do not do that. You'll know because the human ear and eye, we can tell when it's a human and when it's a bot, all right? And whenever you see the thumbnails that they can't speak correct English, then you know that it's a clickbait, okay? If it sounds like it's somebody from a movie, it is clickbait, okay? I'm not clickbait, but an AI channel. So as a creator, a human being who I'm looking at you right now, I'm not a robot. I need you to stop supporting those channels. There's no reason they should have thousands of subscribers and tens of thousands of views. That's just the bottom line. Okay. All right. Hey, y'all all get clicked by. Y'all all get, listen, I don't have no problem with these fellas. I really don't. They got mad hustle. I respect it. I cannot respect how it's the Lions got some unfortunate news. And I already knew, but I was like, let me see what it is. Boop. It's Jimmy G. Jimmy G's going to play. Yeah, I'm like, bruh. Okay. I'm really looking forward to seeing Gibbs and J-Mo together at home. Oh, that's cool. Oh, Chase Young, please come home. Jimmy G throws 2 picks under. Yes, I didn't know that you're not a robot. And wait, hold on. Patty, I might be, bro. Which one is it? I think it is.
Am I really not a robot? I am not a robot. Prove it. They're alive. You're coming with me.
A bot would say they aren't a bot. St. Brown isn't listed on the injury report anymore on the, I don't know. I really think he's going to play anyway. Can't do that to us. I'm dealing with a ton right now. What you talking about? But I will be live for the game today. We're going to have the tailgate at 6:30. By then we will have the, final inactive versus active. So we'll know about that. And then we're going to get on at about 7:30, 7:45. Sounds like a transformer. Having a good day today. Robin, yeah, I'm having a great day. We finally get rid of that Lions loss, bro. That was just, I was kind of funky all last week. I'm not gonna lie. Last week, I was chippy. I was funky. I was getting bothered by Ravens fans all day, every day, just nonstop. It was annoying. And then the Lions fans on Twitter are pulling out their hair. And I'm just like, what is happening? So I was a little touchy last week, and it was kind of because of the loss. But we do fall back. We fall back this time next week, so I'll be excited about that. Derek, I wanted your thoughts on the Stephen A. Smith calling us frauds. Stephen A. Smith does what he has to get views. That's what he's doing. So if we're frauds, then the Niners are frauds, the Chiefs are frauds, everybody's a fraud. So I can't wait to see what they have to say this week, especially when we get that W tonight. I've listened to the AI and it sounds like a robot. I don't fall for it anymore. Yeah, you can tell. Ryan says Lamar Jingle. Absolutely. It's been a minute. I think this is it.
He's the funniest guy who gets the job done. Likes and how-tos, renovates, so fun. Man, he's so crazy, better pick up the fun. Lamar Wilson.
Yeah. Hey, listen, Kirk. Hey, the Minnesota Vikings could be on the phone right now with the Detroit Lions. The clickbait about unfortunate news. Yeah. Hold on. What did you say, bro? What did you say, man? Oh, yeah. Yeah, absolutely. I won't do that. If I ever do that to y'all, it's not on purpose. I mean, sometimes I'll be getting these clickbaity titles and be like, okay, because the process that I make my video is I make my video first, then I title it, then I come up with a thumbnail at the very end. I have to get y'all to click it, right? I have to try to get y'all to click it, but also have to have integrity as well, because clickbait, and that's why when people say I clickbait, it annoys me because you really don't know what clickbait is. Clickbait is not what I do. Stephen A. Smith clickbait his words. Without Kirk, the Lions win the division 96%. Okay, B-Love. Well, what's the other 4%? Why would we not win the division? After last week, tonight must be a statement win. That's facts. Any news on Brown's illness? Kool-Aid Corbin, what's up, bro? It's been a minute. Somebody said he wasn't on the injury report anymore. We'll know more at 6:30. I think he's going to play. Probably just had a case of the runs. He might have had, maybe he had a bad taquito and he had the runs yesterday. You know, he didn't know, got some fluid, you know, took some of that stuff to flush it out the system. That's probably what happened. That YouTube Mike guy, do you think we'll give the Vikings Teddy Bridgewater for Hunter? For Hunter, yes. Just period, I'm not sure. Kirk Cousins out for the year. Indeed he is. I think CNC just needs a thesaurus. Who's CNC, Bill? Who is CNC? Good to see you. What's up? Yeah, man, welcome back, bro. It's been an easy remaining schedule and lack of competition in the division. Well, an easy upcoming schedule, no. D, I don't think so. Yes, Ryan knows. Right, Ryan knows. He went to Taco Bell. Bro, I appreciate your shows. You're probably the most genuine creator. Hey, I appreciate you, bro. I try to be. Vegas thinks St. Brown is playing. He got lines up on Sportsbook. Yes. Bill, I didn't know you was talking about that, bro. Yeah. The end of the show with John Cena theme song. Yeah, that'd be cool, bro. I don't have it queued up, though. But, so here's what I'll say. This will be the last thing we talk about. The Detroit Lions, they have to handle business today. This is their first home game in 20-something days, 22 days. The last time we played, terrible taste in our mouth. We had to deal with that for 8 days. And we have an opportunity today to get back in the win column, okay? The Lions have not lost 2 in a row. Wait till you hear this. The Lions have not lost 2 in a row since we lost 5 in a row. Think about that. We have not lost 2 in a row since we lost 5 in a row, which was over a year ago. Lions got to win tonight. A lot of stuff on the table. 6-2, back in the second seed, because right now Seattle has it. Setting up for a really, really entertaining week 9, even though they're off, and a chance to come back and possibly have Sunday Night Football flex into between the Chargers and them, right? Lions got to get this W. A lot of reasons. And this is the last time I'll talk to you guys on this channel before the trade deadline. We will be live if they make a move, when they make a move, because I believe they are. We won't be live on this channel. We'll be live on Lions Syndicate. So make sure you guys subscribe to that channel. Lions have an opportunity to keep the foot on the gas with the first seed, because the team nobody's talking about really is Seattle. And Seattle right now has the second seed. The Dallas Cowboys play the Eagles in week 9. That's going to be a battle right there. The winner of that game has the first seed like potential. If the Eagles win that game, they remain in the first seed. Even if they lose that game, they stay in the first seed. But Dallas will then put pressure on the Eagles, because the winner of that division is going to be probably the number 1 seed, unless the Lions can do something about it. The 49ers are actually not winning their division as of now. They are the 5th seed. It's amazing what 3 straight losses can do. Lions have an opportunity today. They have to capitalize. They cannot lose to Jimmy G and the Las Vegas Raiders. It just can't happen. If they do, it's going to be a long 13 days, and it's going to be a lot of questions. But win or lose, we're making a trade tomorrow, so be ready for that. I Want It Loud, Rock City. Colin says, found your channel at the beginning of the season. Listen to every week now. I appreciate that. Really. The Vikings get their bye week 13. Yeah, I meant the Eagles. The Eagles bye is next week. Your reaction if we lose tonight? My reaction if we lose tonight. Pain. That's all I can say. It's going to be pain. We still got the division. If we lose, just think about how interesting things get. Now, I'll leave you guys with this. If the Detroit Lions hypothetically lose tonight, we're going to just entertain that. They will be 1 game ahead of the Minnesota Vikings after starting the season 5-1. Unacceptable. It'll be a lot of questions. And we going to need answers, because we come out, we play the Chargers. The Chargers are beatable, but they also can beat us. Matter of fact, I don't even know when the last time we beat the LA Chargers. So we need to win tonight's game. We have not lost 2 in a row in over a year. That cannot start tonight. We then go to face the Chargers. We cannot be 5-4 going into week 11. It cannot happen. It cannot happen. If it happens, it's going to be a problem. And we better make a move tomorrow. That's all I'm saying. And y'all going to get the real from here. You're going to get the real from here. I might have to buy a new TV if we lose this game. New TV if we lose the game. Max Crosby doesn't leave Detroit tonight. Hey, single dad, I'm with you. If my ex-wife had, let me stop. My son might. Yes, I'm with you. Yes, they cannot lose tonight. I'm with you on that. If we get a lot of bodies back after the bye week 2, we should have David Montgomery back. That's facts. I'm gonna win today with Minnesota losing Kirk and San Francisco losing the 3rd straight. The Lions need to capitalize on what's going on. That's facts. That is facts. So with that being said, I appreciate y'all. Thank you. We had a great show. We got to 207. I want to say in the chat, we will be live today on Detroit Lions Syndicate. We're going to have a tailgate show. Let me see what's coming in real quick. And next time I talk to you on this channel, we'll have a new member of the Detroit Lions. Who's going to be gone? Who's going to come? I think it's going to be Chase Young. He makes a lot of sense for the cap space that we currently have, for the need that we have. And wouldn't it be something to see a Michigan Wolverine and Ohio State Buckeye on the opposite end of each other? Only in the NFL can you see something like that. So with that being said, you guys are awesome, man. I will see you in a few hours. Make sure you check out the live stream. If you're going downtown, have fun. Make sure to be safe. Don't drink too much. Have a designated driver, whatever you do. Shout out to Rocked On Lions Podcast Network. Dylan, everybody going downtown. I will see you tonight for the game. Take care of yourself and each other. And as always, go Lions. Peace.
Hello, good morning. Horns is blowing, and I'm pissing off the neighbors. Whether homegrown or imported, we feeling shorted, cause we waiting on our paper. So next time, when they ask you where you from, you gon' say Detroit City, where we get back on our feet. Next time, when they ask you where you from, you gon' say Detroit City, when we get back on our feet. Yeah, you don't know about the day, you don't know about the streets, cause when you're in the Motor City, nothing is as pretty as the hustle. You don't know about the day, you don't know about the streets, cause when you're in the Motor City, everything ain't pretty, but it's love though. Next time, when they ask you where you from, you gon' say Detroit City, where we get back on our feet. Next time, when they ask you where you from, you gon' say Detroit City, when we get back on our feet. Yeah.